Imagine for one moment that you are just returning home from work. You just parked your car and you are now walking towards your apartment when you are attacked from behind, stabbed, brutally beaten, and raped, while 38 of your neighbors watch. How many of those neighbors do you think will come to your aid? Surprisingly, the chances are that not even one of those neighbors will come to help. This has become known as genovese syndrome, or bystander apathy. The scenario I mentioned to you is an actual event that took place. It is the actual event that gave genovese syndrome its name. In 1964, a young lady by the name of Catherine Genovese was attacked. She was repeatedly stabbed, brutally beaten, and raped for over 30 minutes. Her killer was allowed to leave and come back 3 different times to continue his attack on Catherine uninterrupted. Now, although she did scream and cry for help, 38 of her neighbors watched for almost an hour and did nothing. You may be asking yourself, what is genovese syndrome exactly? According to psychologists, it is what happens when bystanders do nothing to help in a crisis situation due to the simple fact that there are other bystanders around who could possibly help as well. It is a diffusion of responsibility. Social psychologists suggest that with the presence of multiple witnesses, the responsibility to help is just passed from bystander to bystander, each one telling themselves, it is the responsibility of someone else to help, not mine. On August 19, 1995, Delitha Ward jumped to her death from a bridge in Detroit to escape a group of young men who were attacking her in a case of road rage. Witnesses of the crowd stated that they were just standing like people taking an interest in sports. You may be wondering by now, what can we do to keep this from happening? Now, although there is no cure for genovese syndrome, one suggestion I have is that we put ourselves in the shoes of someone in need. Don't be afraid to help, even if it is something as simple as making a phone call anonymously to the police. Keep in mind that researchers observed that bystanders assisted victims less when others were present. Most of the time, a crowd just needs a leader to follow. With my conclusion, I hope that you have become a little more of what genovese syndrome is, how and why it occurs, and maybe even some things we can do to keep this from happening in the future. And with that, I ask you, how assured are you that someone will assist you in your time of need? Knowledge is a powerful thing, and maybe by becoming a little more aware of our actions or lack thereof, we will know how we should act in the future and what we can do to help if ever needed. Thank you.